the characters, like it's a feel-good movie that has so many sad moments, and it's about like just overcoming obstacles and disabilities. Like it's a movie about like, doesn't matter where you come from or what type of setbacks there are, what type of ailments you have in life, like you can overcome that. Because you can argue, and I thought about this, chat. Was Forrest autistic? I feel like he has like maybe mild autism, because he's like the character in that show Atypical. And like, look at all the great things that like he achieved in his life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe he also had a low IQ. Yeah, I mean, below the limit to even get into school, chat. And like, look at all the amazing things that he accomplished and that happened to him. So, he just got, no. What are you talking about, bro? He saved like 5 people in the war. It got, you don't accidentally save 5, 6 soldiers' lives. Like, anyways, chat. I felt like we had to do a movie night, because that is, Forrest Gump is like legitimately, chat, just one of my all-time favorite movies, and every one of you guys like needed to see that movie. And you guys want to know one of the most ironic things about the movie that I didn't realize it until I watched it a few times. Is one of the most ironic things. The most important characters or people in Forrest's life, right? Like the people who he says that he thought about, obviously like his mother, Jenny, Bubba Gump, and Lieutenant Dan. The only one who actually lives is the one person who wanted to die. Like I found that to be incredibly ironic. Is Lieutenant Dan is the only one of them who wanted to die in war, and yet he was the only one who actually lives throughout the movie. Like Forrest's mom dies of cancer, Bubba gets killed in war, and then Jenny dies of AIDS. So it's actually like a super tragic movie. So it really be like that. He could have, it could be I don't know how to pronounce this word, with Asperger's syndrome. I mean, yeah, maybe he had Asperger's, but the point is, like, obviously Forrest was, I don't think he was just dumb. But it's also like the movie, a lot of the movie takes place, chat, in like the 60s and like the 70s and shit. So whatever disorder that Forrest had, like whatever the technical term for it is now, doctors didn't probably fucking know. They just called it slow or something, because that's like how, medical science and like technology was. But chat, what did you guys think of the movie? Like for those of you who had never seen the movie before, what did you guys honestly think of the movie? I don't understand how Dolan doesn't like it. It's a goat. Yeah, I don't understand how Dolan doesn't like it. Like, how can you not like that movie? Like, how could you seriously not like Forrest Gump? Like, bro, it's Oscar. How was it? It wasn't Oscar bait at all. Forrest Gump wasn't. Usually Oscar bait is like, you take a famous person and just do like a recreation of their life or something like that. I mean, I don't think it was Oscar bait, bro. It was. Did someone say watch Flubber? No, chat. We only watch goat movies. If you guys suggest goat movies, then maybe I'll consider it. But we only need to be watching goat movies on here. And what's it called? I think it's Gary. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's Gary Sinise. The actor that played Lieutenant Dan. He got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, chat. Tropic Thunder, Flubber was goated. Black Panther. Now that's a fucking goat movie right there. That's how you pronounce it? Sinise? Yeah. The 2 actors that got nominated for Oscars in the movie, chat, Tom Hanks, who won, and Gary Sinise, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Lieutenant Dan. I love Lieutenant Dan's his character arc in the movie, chat. I love it so much. When you first meet him, he's like this war-hardened guy, and he's all professional, and he's a war guy. And then after war, when Forrest saves his life, he loses his legs, and he just falls into the fucking alcoholic pit of depression, chat. Like, you see Lieutenant Dan at his absolute worst. I mean, this dude is alcoholic, borderline suicidal, he's damn near homeless. And then to see where he ends up, like I love Lieutenant Dan's story in the movie. But there you go. He was destined for death and war, but realizes that he can make his own destiny. Bro, Forrest Gump's just that fucking movie, Chad. I don't know why I saw that movie when I was 8 years old. And to be completely honest, chat, there's a lot of things that at 8 I didn't quite understand in that movie. Because an 8-year-old kid probably ain't supposed to see it. But yeah, definitely understood a lot more. I'm trying to think of like... Oh, so like when Jenny dies, chat, when I saw the movie the first time as a kid, like I didn't understand why Jenny died. She says like she's sick and she's dying. I'm like, but why? You know what I mean? Like you don't know what AIDS is when you're 8 years old. Like that's something I didn't understand. A lot of the references to like Watergate and like John Lennon, like I didn't understand who any of those people were. I was like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Watch The Godfather next. So, dude, I told you guys, I watched The Godfather, the first one, probably a couple of months ago, chat. That movie blew my mind. The Godfather Part 1. I haven't seen The Godfather Part 2, but I watched The Godfather Part 1, chat. That movie was like, boom. Because it had been one of those movies that... You know, it won a bunch of Oscars, much like Forrest Gump, but one of those movies from a long time ago. And you kind of wonder, like, can this live up to the hype? It does live up to the hype. It really does. The Godfather is boring. Maybe to you, you Zoomer. Like, no, I didn't think it was boring at all. But personally, The Godfather Part 2 is supposed to be really good. Yeah, I haven't seen Part 2. The only problem, Big Pimpin', was I watched it on a site, and the site didn't have... The site did not have subtitles. You know when they're speaking like Italian? Like the site didn't have subtitles. So, you know what I mean? Like that can kind of be a problem in a movie like The Godfather. You know, they have, what's it called? Watch Airplane? I know Airplane. It insists upon itself. Movie's amazing. Shit's real. So you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask me for a favor. The second is more action. Oh, I know this. What's it called? It does not. Godfather does not insist upon itself. Twitch chat. It's a really good movie. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't sure I mean, I knew it'd be like mob shit in the movie, but I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect, and it took me a long time to realize that not Vito, what's his name? Michael. It took me a while to realize that was Al Pacino, because it looks like him, but it doesn't look like him. You know what I mean? Like it looks like Al Pacino if you really look hard, but it doesn't look like him if you don't if you're not old, you don't realize it's Al Pacino. Cause like I've only ever seen Al Pacino as like an old person. You know what I mean? So like I have no idea what young Al Pacino looked like. But anyways, can we watch Shawshank Redemption? Watch Interstellar. Your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh archetype is Cyber Dragons? What? No. Where did that even come from? Cyber Dragons are like the Cyber Dragon. The Cyber Dragon Facebook group is probably top 3 of the Facebook groups, but no, Cyber Dragons is not my favorite archetype. Watch Pulp Fiction. Have I seen Bronx Tale? No, I've never even heard of that one. That looks like is that Sylvester Stallone? Oh, Robert De Niro. I think that's Robert De Niro. I never heard of this. I've never seen Pulp Fiction, chat. But you know what? as I said before, or as we found out before, chat, Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction for the Oscar. I think I've like seen this this is Robert De Niro. I think I've seen this person before. I don't know his name though, but I've definitely seen him. But yeah, chat, Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction for the Oscar for Best Picture. So you need to watch it. It's a really good movie. Are you talking about Pulp Fiction or something else? The OG Matrix is goated. Chat, is the OG Matrix goated? I'm gonna say no, because as I said before, the opening of the OG it's kind of boring. Like it's just a little boring. Like I fell asleep watching it. Like the beginning of the Matrix is kind of boring in my opinion. Like the rest of the movie, once the movie gets going, yes, it's like really good. But the beginning of the movie is kind of boring, to be honest. Terminator 2 is goated. That's not, you don't even have to ask. That's not even a question, Zesty. That's not even like a legitimate question. Is Terminator 2 goated? Terminator 2 Judgment Day is the greatest action movie of all time, and it always will be. Now that's a movie we can watch on stream. Terminator 2 is the greatest action movie ever, and it always will be. That's another movie I watched when I was like 8 years old. The first one, yes. 2 and 3, no. I never watched Matrix 3, just because I always heard bad things about it. It doesn't stand up to the test of time. You're talking about Matrix, right, Big Pimpin'? Yeah, I feel like the Matrix is like that. It's probably like the action scenes probably still hold up, but like especially the part like, well, you guys know the scene in the Matrix where they walk into the building and they walk through like the metal detectors and the cops stop them, and then I think like Keanu Reeves like pulls out, he pulls like his arms to the side and he has all the guns or something like that. Like, yeah, that scene is like, it probably still holds up. But just like the whole movie, I don't know about the whole movie, chat. What about Mars Attacks? Yeah, that's not a good movie. That's, to be honest, it's not a bad movie, but it's just kind of a, it's alright. It's like one of those, it didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion. Like, it's got, what's it called? Alien 2 is GOAT? I agree. Alien 1, that movie is cool. It can be a little slow. It has a lot more tension than the second one, but to me, the second one is just like, it's like a more rewarding movie. Chat, I'm gonna use the bathroom because I drunk all that tea. So you guys give me a second. But if you guys seriously did enjoy watching that movie, I'm pretty sure we can find maybe a couple more movies to watch. But they just have to be like, they got to be like near GOAT movies. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch just any old shit, basically. Infinity War was GOAT. Infinity War was, but not Endgame. I told you guys before, hot take. God, I don't want to say trash. Endgame was just okay as a movie. I know everyone loves it, and it's the highest grossing movie ever, but in my opinion, and Marvel Avengers Endgame was like Age of Ultron. It was like okay. It's a really average movie. Yeah, it is. The Infinity or Avengers Endgame is, to me, it's a very average movie. Like it's a Ant-Man and the Wasp, Age of Ultron level movie. But if you're going like S tier, if you're going like Captain America 2 or Black Panther tier, like, yeah, Infinity War is in like that S tier, and like Endgame is like C tier. It's not like Thor Dark World like fucking F tier, but it's not great. Like I don't think it's a great movie at all. Avengers is trash in general. No, I liked Infinity War. Infinity War was awesome because Infinity War had a great villain. I liked how they spread the cast out. You have kind of like 3 different factions. You've got the stuff on Earth with Captain America. You got the shit in space happening with Iron Man and like Spider-Man. Then you have the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. Like all those storylines mesh together. There's so many emotionally gripping parts of the movie, chat, where, you know, whether it be whether it be Thanos throwing Gamora off of the cliff and killing her, Thanos killing Vision. I mean, I guess a lot of it has to do with like Thanos, but then they just kind of erase all that shit because we can go back in time. Like, it's all the shit that was great in the first movie, they just erased it because, you know, go back in time to solve the problem. Spoilers? Chad, who hasn't seen Avengers Infinity War by now? Like, bro, Marvel is like 2 years away from probably another. another, what's it called? Vision is still dead. It's like Star Wars 8. I don't know what's it called. We do what's it called? We do movie night again, chat. I'm gonna make more pop. That popcorn was actually that popcorn was bussin', chat. It was, and usually, as crazy as it is, I know you guys can't see, but I almost always, chat, make too much popcorn and don't eat it all. Like I do that on accident. I actually ate all the popcorn. I think it was the hot sauce. Watch Shawshank Redemption. Maybe next Saturday we'll do voting. Yeah, maybe next Saturday we'll do some voting for a movie, chat, and then like maybe the following Saturday we'll watch it. You ate the seed? No. There's. Can you guys hear this? There's still like 3 or 4 seeds in here. Like some of the kernels don't like pop. I mean, I guess I could probably put them back in there and they'll pop. Why didn't you wash your hands? I did. You can't really see it, but I always wash my hands, chat. Or at least if I use the bathroom on stream, I'll watch it. Committing to 2 more weeks. Press 1 if be real, Cap. You know you're gonna go on hiatus before we even watch. Before we even get to this, we're gonna go on hiatus.